Hello guys, dumelang. Le amogetse mo thulaganyong ya rona ya showing up in acts of service. Ka leina ke nna Eunice morwadi wa ga Seekwe. Mo thulaganyong ya rona mo letsatsing la gompieno re na ne moeng ka leina la gagwe ke Onkarabile Ntomane. She's going to be with us to tell us a bit about her profession and her journey. She's a nurse by profession. She's a bubbly woman, and there's just going to be a wealth of wisdom that's going to be coming from her. But before we get to that, I honestly want to thank you for joining the family. I've noticed that the numbers have significantly gone up. Thank you so much for each and every one of you that has committed themselves to following this podcast. I do urge you to please spread the word, join the family. And if you're new, please watch until the end of this episode and then decide on joining the family. Do the right thing. So we're also going to be paying homage to the people in the healthcare department, to applaud them for the work that they did, for standing in the forefront in helping curb the spread of COVID-19. As we all know, some of us lost family members, our friends, our colleagues. In all honesty, the world has never been the same after then. The aftermath of COVID-19 is still something that many people are still fighting and dealing with even today. So on today's episode, we'll be talking to her and finding out what was it like being in the forefront during that period and just how everything unraveled for them. Okay, guys, this is that time of the show where I will be moving to the back of the camera, where my guest will be in front of the camera to grace you with her beauty as well as brains. So do join us and let us start this show. Hi, Onkarabile. Welcome to Showing Up in Active Service.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. It's definitely no. Hi, Onkarabile. Welcome to Showing Up in Active Service.
Hi, good afternoon, and thank you for having me. It's
Thank
a
you so
pleasure
much.
to.
Thank you for coming. All right, let's just go straight into it. Tell us, who is Onkarabile Ntomane? Ke mang, o tswa ko kae?
Onkarabile Ntomane, it's a daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Ntomane, who
Okay.
reside in Qwaqwa, Puthadi Chaba.
Okay.
39-year-old, nurse by profession, riding bikes in my spare time. Yeah, just living life and just enjoying who I am. I have an older sister, so we're only two siblings at home.
Okay.
Both parents are retired, so yeah, that's basically me.
Okay. Nice one. Now tell me, when did you move from Putadichaba to Bloemfontein? Because that's where you are at the moment.
2005, I came to Bloem for a year. Then I moved again to Kronstadt to do my first year in nursing.
Okay.
Then I came back in 2006 to study further. Then I went to study at Life College and to further my studies. Then I've been in Bloem ever since.
Okay. What nursing college did you go into?
I started my first year at Kanyisa Nursing School, which has a branch in Kroonstad, but the main campus is in Joburg. Then I went to further my studies and finish my studies at Life College, which have a campus in Bloemfontein, which falls under Life Healthcare, which is with us is in Rose Park.
Oh, okay. Has nursing always been your passion?
I don't know. Hey,
How did you get into it?
I don't know. I think I've always known I want to be something in health.
Okay.
But I've changed so much that at some point I wanted to be a dentist, and my mother was like, "No, you need strength for that." And at some point I wanted to be a radiographer, and then after matric, it kind of fizzled out.
Okay.
Then I went and I studied public management in Pretoria Tech, but I was not even halfway through my course. Then I knew that I don't want to study this. Then after that, I called my mom. I was like, listen, I need a family meeting.
Yeah.
I would like to do nursing. Which I must say, my mother was like, no, because she's a former nurse herself. So she was like, quite like, no, you're not doing nursing. I'm like, please let me do this. I promise I'll make it work. Which I did.
That's wonderful. Did she ever tell you as to why she didn't want you to go? And
Um, More than anything, I think it's not like she didn't want me to study it,
hmm
but the long hours,
yeah,
I mean, you're never there for birthdays, you're not there for holidays, you're not there for weekends.
mm,
You miss important milestones in your children's lives
yeah,
if
yeah,
you're a nurse,
yeah.
because half of the time you are at work. We always joke around at work and tell the people that no, guys, we stay here, we visit our homes,
Mm,
because half of the time you're there. So more than anything, I think she was just like, no, you can't be going through what I went through. But as I explained my reasons, she was like, you know what, let's go ahead and do it and see how it is. I must say, day one of my class, I was super excited.
oh
I
wow!
called
Tell
them
us
like,
about that.
Ma, my first class. And she was like, what did you study? We did absolutely nothing on day one. It was admin. But I was just excited I was there. And my first
Mm,
day in practicals, that was hectic. Then I wanted to quit because there was an accident on the N3.
mm-hmm.
So as we were being orientated and being left in the different departments, and my department happened to be the one that's going to receive now the disaster.
Oh,
So we were like briefly told, okay, we know you're new, you know anything, so all you need to do now is help to push patients around. Now you're seeing a mother looking for their babies, you see a baby looking for their parents, and we
yeah.
see all these people hurt. And I call my mother, I'm like, no. And she's like, no, calm down, you'll be fine. Just day one. It comes with a package. But I must say, it's not a decision I regret. I'll do it over again.
I'm glad to hear that. And how long have you now been a nurse for? How many years has it been?
Sure. I qualified in 2012. I
2012.
got my results in 2012 in October.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So I've been a registered nurse, commonly known as sister,
Yeah,
from 2012.
that's wonderful.
Yes.
And right now, I think you must have a bit of an idea of the qualities that one needs to have in order to be a nurse. Aside from the profession, from everything that you need to have study wise and your background, what are the qualities that you think make for a good nurse?
For you to be a good nurse, before you're a nurse, you must remember you're also human. You must be able to put yourself in that person's shoes. You must have empathy. You must just always wonder, if it was me, if it was my parent, my brother, my friend, will I be okay with the treatment? I think that only will already put you back into, will reset your mind. You must have the love for it, I must say, because the long hours, the what we see on daily basis, what we deal with, if you don't love it, it's very difficult to wake up in the morning and go. Not that there are not days where you wake up and you're like, oh, must I go back?
Yeah.
But then you start thinking, oh, no, no, no. I must go. I wonder who slept nice. Oh, I must find out how. And then that keeps you going. So the drive must be there. The empathy must be there. The
Mm,
passion must be there. And patience. And you must be able to understand people in when they're in a hospital, they're not in their best mindset. They're not in their best behavior. Not, this might be the nicest person you've ever met, but because they are there now, I mean, it's scary. So you must be able to calm them down. We
mm,
cry as well. You take a moment to yourself and run to the bathroom and kind of blink, blink, and
yeah.
come back and just be their shoulder to cry on. But yeah, empathy for me is it stands out. You must be able to put yourself in their shoes.
Okay. I hear that, and I was about to actually ask you, how do you deal with stressful situations in the workplace? You know, because it does get a bit too much.
It does. It does. There are honestly days where you knock off and you, on your way to home, you wonder, do I really want to do this? Do I really want to deal with this? But like I say, you come back, you say a prayer. You know, you if you come, if you meditate by watching a little bit of TV, you watch cartoons, you must also be able to have a sense of humor in this whole situation, because there are situations that happens and then you look back and like, no, it didn't, like, no, it didn't happen that way. You must be able to understand that, you know what, this is not the best that it can be.
Yeah.
So, and you always count on your co-workers as well a lot. You fell back on them quite a lot. You must be able to have a safety net around them. You must be able to be like, I need to talk. And you kind of step away and you vent to this one. I'm like, and normally we calm each other down, like, okay, go drink water and, take a minute and come back. And yeah, it helps. It helps a lot to have a good working relationship with your colleagues.
That's wonderful. What is the most challenging thing about being a nurse?
Um, the long hours, the long hours, and also having to, I guess, with people with families as well, having to explain to your family that you cannot be there for certain things.
Mm,
You must postpone trips, maybe.
mm,
You must be it. They must be able to understand we can't celebrate a birthday exactly on your birthday because mommy won't be there, daddy
yeah.
won't be there. So the balance there, we must be able to strike that balance, which is a very thin line.
Mm.
Is a very thin line.
All right. And what is the most rewarding thing about being one?
Ah, the look on those faces when they say thank you, sister. Thank you.
Oh, wow.
Nothing brings you much joy than that. You can
Mm,
have 10 people tell you
yeah.
how bad you are, how useless you are, and then you get that one person who will be like, sister, thank you. It feels like that person has just given you a million rands. And when they're being discharged and they walk out and like, sister, I'm like this because you were part of the team, or you're in a mall somewhere, you can't even remember them, and this person will walk up to
Oh,
you and says
man.
to you, sister, do you remember me? You're like, no, but I remember the face, like, it's me, I came with this and this, and you guys
Mm,
this. Thank you. Oh my word.
it brightens your day.
It makes your year.
I can just see it from your
It makes
smile.
your career. Then you just know that you are the it.
You're the it.
Yeah.
Okay. So then this next question of do you think nursing is a calling? I think you've pretty much really did
Yeah.
answer it. Okay. Do you have any regrets in your life holistically with how everything has panned out for you?
No, I don't. I just feel that life in general, whatever what happened in the past,
Mm,
being good or bad, it was a lesson learned. It was something that you know now that if it goes this way, I'm gonna
mm,
come with this result because you've been down that road before.
mm.
So I know I don't have any regrets. I don't have any regrets. Um, life. It's a journey, and it's a journey that we all have to take. So no, I don't have any regrets.
Okay. If you could give anyone advice about anything right now, what would it be?
Mm, anything make do anything that makes you happy, that gives you peace, because there's nothing more dreading than doing something you don't like, being
Mm,
around the people that brings you down, or then that you must have inner peace.
yeah.
So anything that doesn't bring you peace, walk away from it. That doesn't give you calmness in your soul, walk away from it. Give it to God and just walk. If it's meant to be, it will find its way back to you.
I like that. I like that. Okay, guys, if you're still watching, you're with us here on Showing Up in Acts of Service, and the lady in front of the screen is my guest for today, Onkarabile Ntomane. What has been your proudest achievement to date?
Being the woman that I am, being able to be comfortable in your skin, having to know that not two people are the same. So we're all unique in our own different way. Being able to walk with my head high and say, I'm Onkarabile Ntomane and this is me.
Okay. And how would you define success?
Um, we define success in different ways,
Hmm.
depending how you measure your own success.
Yes, yes. How do you measure your own?
Being content with what I have at the
Mm,
moment, still have dreams that I would like to achieve, still have my own wishes in my own personal space, but being content with what you have right now. Because crying of what could have, should have, also, it's not gonna give you any much, it's not gonna make much of a difference. The only thing that's gonna happen is just gonna hold you back, it's gonna steal your joy. You're gonna end up not, you end up missing what's right in front of you because we looking back what we
Yeah.
left behind.
Yeah.
So being content, I'm content with myself.
Are you happy?
I'm happy. I'm happy.
Um,
I've got bad days, but I'm a generally happy person.
that comes across, believe me. Okay, guys, we are now going to touch base on the COVID pandemic. All right. The World Health Organization, um, abbreviated WHO, on March 11th, 2020, had declared the novel coronavirus COVID-19 outbreak a global pandemic. President Ramaphosa on Monday, the 23rd of March, announced the lockdown in South Africa. The 21 days started from the 26th of March to April the 16th, 2020, to try to contain the spread of coronavirus. Now, Onkarabile, your field of employment was one of the essential workers that was selected to be at the forefront in fighting the curb of COVID-19 from spreading. What was it like being an essential worker during that time?
Scary, scary, because okay, in a sense of, I think it was a little bit of catch 22,
Mm-hmm.
because now here we are, the world as we knew it changed.
Yeah, yeah.
All of a sudden, suddenly you can't go to the shops and
Mm.
things like that. You are cut off from other people.
Yeah,
And as human beings, we are social beings.
true.
We feed from other people.
Mm.
So for us, in a way, we could see people, because then I could go to work.
Yeah.
Then there's still my colleagues, and but like I said, one minute we were at work as normally as we did, and the next we got this message that COVID, and now here we are dealing with something that nobody knows what we're dealing with. So each day there's something different. You're thinking now you've got it. Okay, this is what you're gonna wear. This is how you're gonna wear it. You
Yeah.
wear it the same day. No, you're not supposed to wear it that way. And there was quite a lot of tension at work,
Mm.
because now everybody's scared.
Yeah, yeah.
We're all working on shelves. People are afraid to go home to their families because you're
Mm.
afraid you're gonna infect them.
Exactly.
It became so isolating that for for the first time ever, it you honestly felt like you're an island, because I know for a fact that with the restrictions and all,
Yeah.
I would avoid my friends so much, because I'll be afraid that if one of them tests positive, did I give it to them?
Oh my goodness.
You constantly have this thing at the back of your head
Mm.
that, do I have? Because
Yeah.
we are there. You are dealing with this thing on a daily basis,
Mm.
and it presents itself differently.
Does.
One person comes and they can breathe, fine. Now you're thinking, okay, we're dealing with a person who can breathe, and then
Mm.
other person comes something else.
Yeah.
Now what is it now?
So mentally, it was really
It
difficult.
it was now you get home and you're all by yourself. Now for me, I was quite happy about that. That okay, I don't have to deal with anybody at home, because then,
Mm.
but then you're even afraid to go to the garage and put in petrol, because you're thinking you don't even want to open your window,
Oh my
because
goodness.
your mind is saying, what if I've got it with me?
Mm.
As much as we would walk into the hospital and we would immediately change
Yeah.
into the designated areas, and then you walk into the unit with your PPE, you are covered.
Mm.
Now you can't even comfort a patient, you can't even give them that touch, you can't even brush their shoulder.
And sometimes the touch is really
That's
something
exactly
that
what they
they need
need,
at the
and now the
time.
families can't come inside.
Mm.
That's when we started, you ask a patient to have a smartphone. Some they don't have. Then you're like, oh, no, it's fine. I'll grab mine. Now you take your phone, you put it in a plastic bag, you tie your plastic, and then you kind of video call the family so that they can just see them. And I remember one incident, we had a lady who had just given birth. The baby was like 5 days old. They were already discharged, and then they got sick at home, so they had to come in. So the mommy is with us. The baby is in the baby's ward. Now the husband can't see the wife, but he can at least go and see the baby once a day. A newborn. Now you have a mother who had just given birth, who is sick, who can't see their baby, who can't see their husband either. So we were there. We were. You had to be a sister, a brother, a nurse. You had to be a family. You had to be everything for this your patients, just to try and reassure them that what, you're gonna go through this. And it was scary. We were also scared. We will sit and look at each other and be like, guys, what are we dealing with? You will contemplate, should I leave nursing? And then what? This is what I love doing. This is my job. And unfortunately, during my time in nursing, I had to deal with a pandemic. So we had a lot of incidents whereby you will start feeling warm. You're thinking, oh my word, I've got it. If you have a headache, you're thinking, oh my word, I've got it.
Start feeling a bit paranoid over everything.
Everything, it was paranoia, because you're thinking, I am dealing with this thing on a daily basis, so I'm about to have it sooner or later. But we used to joke around at work with my colleagues, like, we would actually want to go work in there, because I would always tell them, better the devil you know. Now I know I'm in there, they are infected, so I'm covered, I'm fine. Then you work in your normal ward, and then it pops up somewhere. Now you've been handling this patient not the same way you would handle the other ones. And we used to make it fun. I used to wear my gumboots, wear navy blue and white, and then they would just laugh at me at work and like, oh, sister, what the gumboots, because I'll just come dragging them all the way. And I even nicknamed myself Sister COVID Bay. I'll just put a picture, I'm like, hashtag Sister COVID Bay.
Just to lighten the mood.
Just to lighten the mood, because everything was heavy. People's hearts were heavy. It was just chaotic. I must say, we grew in strength, in bounds. And you will tell God, I'm like, okay, sharp, I'm here, you put me here. Now what? Like, you must guide. And God was good. We did lose colleagues, fair enough. But
get into that.
God was good to us. He really did put his hand above us. He really did take care of us, so we could take care of the people.
That's good. But during this time, as you were working in the pandemic, did you have any? Were you guys offered some sort of psychological help if you needed, or just so that you can just have a place where you can just de-stress and just let it all out?
Yeah, there's a number you could call, and you can talk to a psychologist on the phone, and just be like, okay, this is getting a little bit too much, and have a talk. And then I changed institutions, and then when I got to the other one, also they would call us like in an auditorium, and we'll have these sessions, and we could vent out. And I could call my mom.
No?
I could call my mom. And I have an aunt who's a doctor as well.
Okay.
I have a sister. My sister was also a nurse, so we were kind of like in thing together. We were in.
So you leaned on each other.
We leaned on each other as well. Yeah.
That's beautiful. Now tell me, on the days when you're particularly not feeling well, how do you show up for yourself before you do for everybody else?
I watch a lot of cartoons. I love cartoons.
Okay.
And I love music. I listen to my music, and I will normally, if I'm like one of those days where I'm just feeling, I'll call my mom.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll call my mom, and I don't even have to say to her, I'm Akisha. She'll pick it up.
A mother knows.
And mother will, and she'll ask me, what's wrong? And I'll be like, I'm not okay. And she'll be like, what's wrong? And then I'll tell her what's wrong. And
Mm.
or sometimes I can't even tell what's wrong. I'm just not okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and I've got great friends,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll just call my sister and just annoy her, just irritate, younger sibling, older sibling, just call and be like,
The vibes.
yeah, say something very etulentileng, and
Yeah.
then I know she's gonna retaliate, and then yeah, before
Okay.
yeah,
How do you balance work and social life? Your
that's
friends.
difficult. Oh my word, that's difficult because with my work, you work weekends and all.
Mhm.
And then, luckily, the department I'm in now,
Yeah.
I don't work weekends, but anyway.
Yeah.
But I would always be like, okay, girls, I'll join you after work. And don't start without me. Don't start with, or just start like 5 o'clock. I'll be there at 7.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So, but like you need that balance. You need time for work, and so that it can ground you as well.
Mm.
And then yeah, then my friends always, they understand, shame, they will understand. They'll try to work out anything around my schedule, like a few of us schedule, like, are you available, Eunice, are you
Mm.
available, and then we
Yeah,
see what we can do. But yeah, it can be tricky.
I
You're at
understand.
work and then the FOMO is killing you. Oh,
And the pictures start coming in
and
and
they
the
will send,
videos.
no, they won't, they will never, they will sometimes send departure. I'm like, and like, why?
Friends do better.
Yeah, no, my friends,
Wait for Onka, please. All right then. From working with so many people at such a close state, how do you separate your emotions? On
it
the days where everything was just all over the place,
it gets hectic.
and then you have to come home.
It gets hectic as well because, like you're saying, we are adults. Number one, we already have different, and we are from different backgrounds, and we've got different personalities. They clash. But like I would always tell them at work, like, guys, let's not forget what we are here for. And also, let's remember that things are not personal at work. I might say something to you now, but I'm not attacking you as a person. I'm just showing you maybe what you could have done better. Because at the end of the day, we are dealing with people's lives, unfortunately. So you cannot just look the other way, even though you see, but this could be a potential danger. So I will normally call me, so diffuse it or let it work itself out.
Mm-hmm.
And then after, I'll call a person and be like, can we talk? And like, you know what just happened earlier shouldn't have happened like that. And then we talk. And I'll tell the person, I'm sorry if you felt I didn't speak to you nicely. That was not the intention. It
Yeah.
was just the situation at the present moment.
Mm.
And in most cases, we are good after that.
You work it out.
We work
No,
it
that's
out.
great because I think having colleagues that are very supportive and understand the cause of why you're there,
It's
that
important.
you have one goal. The goal is to make sure that everybody gets along and that you actually attend to the patients as their needs arises. So on a typical day, on a lighter note, on a typical day when you are not at work, I already know that you love cartoons, but what would your routine be? You're off today. What's the first thing you're gonna do?
I wake normally my I wake up like past 5ish. So
Okay.
at that time I wake up. Then I remember, you're not going to work. Then I'll go back to sleep like very quickly.
Okay.
Like, Unka, go back. Then I'll sleep. Then I wake up maybe around 7ish, brush
Mhm.
my teeth, wash my face, coffee, cartoons.
Okay.
The news, then cartoons. Then I'll read a magazine maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'll sleep a lot. I sleep a lot.
Because the hours are
Yeah, and
crazy.
then my feet are sore. I'm really not in the mood to get dressed up.
Mm,
But like I'll sleep maybe around maybe 2. Then I'll wake up and find out where my friends are. Then we chill. We'll
okay.
go chill maybe at a car wash, just catch up, because sometimes we take quite a while with us not seeing each other.
Mm,
Because this one is working, Mama is not here, Mama is this. So I'll just go find my girls, and then we
that's
chill.
that's great. So, what are some of the activities that you like partaking in when you're not at work?
I'm in a bikers club.
Tell us about that. That's so fascinating
I'm
to
in
me.
a, I'm a member of Jungle Cats Riders, MCC.
Hello, hello. Shout out to you guys.
Yeah. So when you get there, I'm known by Oulik.
Okay,
Yeah,
Oleg.
no,
Okay.
I'm Oulik there.
And she is, by the way, she is definitely Oulik.
So that keeps me very busy as well. It keeps us very busy because we are in charities and then you must do this. And like now we are planning for our event in Lesotho because we have a chapter in Lesotho. We've got
Okay.
members in Lesotho. So our event this year is in Lesotho. So we are currently busy doing that, arranging all that, finalizing all the things that needs to be done. So we shall be going there. So if I'm not at work, that's where you find me.
How did it start? Like, where did the fascination start from?
Yo, did my mother nearly disown me now?
I
No,
don't blame her.
my mother was like, "You must be, you're losing your mind,"
Oh my
because I've always loved bikes. My
Okay.
father as well.
Uh-huh.
I'm the son he never had anyway.
Oh,
So
okay.
one time, like, Ma, then I had a friend. We
Okay.
met before biking.
Mm-hmm.
We met and we became friends and we lost touch. One day, I had just bought my car. I'm
Mm-hmm.
sitting at the car wash by myself, but I hear the sound. And I'm already like, they're coming. I can hear them.
Yeah.
And only to when they're coming the same car wash that I am. So as they come, but I'm keeping my cool, obviously. I don't want to be
Yeah, all over.
all over, but I'm like, but my heart, the adrenaline in me, like my heart is like pumping in my chest. As they came in, there's this lady. I see it's a lady, but she's wearing a helmet, of course.
Mm.
As she removes the helmet, I see her. So I call her. She looks like, then we're happy to see each other. We hug.
Your friend.
She's like, you remember we were talking about bikes? Come, there's a club you can join. I call
Okay.
my mom super excited. She's like, no, no. But ma, this conversation is over.
Oh
How
goodness.
this woman? Okay, fine, let it be. Then I went through a rough patch. And one day she just looks at me. It's like, do you tell me more about this biking thing? So I
Mm.
started explaining his charities. And at school, what I loved doing.
Mm.
And then she's like, okay, that's what you just don't go up and down and make a noise. I'm like, no. We do charities. We visit the old age homes. We
Yeah.
go clean the streets and
Mm.
we go give mabaida soap,
Mm.
And
Mm.
she's like, oh, okay. Do you really want to join this? I'm like, please, ma. She's like, okay. She even gave me money to join,
Oh,
actually,
that's
which was very
nice.
nice. That's how I get. Then I call my friend like, I'm coming. Then I joined. Then yeah, and learning. I'm learning now. I'm planning to learn how to ride officially now because I'm quite short. So the
Yeah.
gents in the club are like, relax.
Your turn is coming.
Your turn will come. We'll get you a bike that will fit
Uh-huh.
your height,
Yeah.
and I'm eager. And they're like, chill. So yeah,
Guys, if you're watching, please make it happen. We need to see
please,
Anka on a bike.
as a
Please make
belief,
it happen.
as a belief, that's the
We
plan. So
humbly ask.
so Mama has come around.
Mm-hmm.
So she's cool. She's cool, but there are days where she'll be like, be careful.
Yeah.
Then my father on the other hand is just like,
You making daddy proud, girl.
making daddy proud.
All right, Anka, we have unfortunately come to the end. But before I let you go, I just want to know what is your self care routine, if you have one, and
Hmm.
how important would you say that is for you?
Like, with everyday's life, we are in a rush, and I can't say I don't have a specific routine as
Mm-hmm,
such.
mm-hmm.
But there are days whereby I'll just be at home, I'll run myself a nice bubble bath and
Okay.
just soak. And I'll take my phone and just watch TikTok or watch a movie and just soak and just let it be.
Yeah.
Sitting there until the water is cold and just relax. Get out, put some cream, watch TV, have a nice cup of coffee,
Mm-hmm.
have a glass of wine.
Enjoy your
Just
you
enjoying,
time.
yeah, and just be like, oh, I survived the week. Okay, I'm ready. Bring it on. Next
Yeah,
week, I'm ready. Yeah, but I don't have a specific one. It
yeah, yeah.
differs day by day,
Mm.
and mood by mood, and yeah, and
As
what,
you recharge as
and
well.
also
Yeah.
time if I've got time.
It definitely does mean
Yeah,
having time. You
because
have to set time aside so that you can really do
because
everything that you
I
need
can
to.
plan,
Uh-huh.
but then because I'll be sleeping, I'll just be lazy.
Yeah.
Then I'll just delay, and then by the time like, oh, see, I'm late. But yeah,
You get it
I
done.
get it done.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you for coming through to showing up in acts of service. I wish you
Pleasure.
all of the best in each and every venture, and may God
Thank
see
you.
you through everything.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for having me.